Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are set to compete against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky during prime time, marking the commencement of the first WNBA Rivals Week in August. Additional matchups will feature two games between New York and Minnesota, revisiting the WNBA Finals. A potentially exciting encounter between Paige Buchers and Dallas, which is anticipated to draft the Yukon star with the first overall pick in the upcoming Monday's WNBA draft, against Clark's Fever, and Brittany Griner of Atlanta going up against her former team, the Phoenix Mercury. The week is supported by Ally Financial, the league's latest partner this season. You may have an excellent partnership, but effective activation is also essential, stated WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert during a video conference discussion. A comprehensive schedule of games will take place that week, contributing significantly to the activation. Games during Rivalry Week will be aired across multiple networks, beginning with the primetime clash between the Fever and Sky on CBS on August 9th. The timing of this week is crucial, as August marks the point where teams begin their playoff initiatives, Engelbert remarked. It will be beneficial to feature these matchups during this timeframe to propel the playoff momentum into September and ultimately determine a champion in October. The NBA has celebrated a Rivals Week for 3 consecutive years. Engelbert has previously indicated the significance of rivalries in fostering the sport's growth. The league introduced the Commissioner's Cup in 2021, which has contributed to the development of rivalries such as those between New York and Las Vegas, as well as the Liberty and Lynx in recent seasons. What Kathy and her team have accomplished with the league, along with the cultural impact of the players, the connectivity through media, and the overall ecosystem, is remarkable, commented Andrea Brimmer, Chief Marketing Officer of Ally Financial. In my perspective, it stands as the crown jewel within the realm of women's sports. This is not Ally's initial venture into women's basketball. It was one of the founding partners of the 3-on-3 league Unrivaled, which concluded its inaugural season last month. Discussions with the WNBA commenced several years prior to Unrivaled's establishment. This deliberate emphasis on women's sports has encompassed not only words, but also actions, Brimmer noted. Our role as the new sponsor of the WNBA adds a significant asset to our portfolio. Ally has also entered into an endorsement agreement with Buchers, the expected top pick. The firm has existing partnerships with WNBA athletes Breanna Stewart and Sydney Colson. Collaborating with Ally transcends traditional banking. It revolves around empowering individuals to optimize their financial resources, Buchers said. As an athlete, I have realized that achievement extends beyond the sport you partake in. It encompasses the opportunities and resources that are available to you. Brimmer mentioned that Buchers serves not only as a brand ambassador, but also as an online consumer. Brimmer stated, she utilizes the product and exhibits significant enthusiasm for financial education and financial literacy. The Dallas Wings possess the top selection in the forthcoming WNBA draft, and indications suggest that the organization is likely to choose the recently crowned Yukon champion, Paige Buchers. Nonetheless, meeting the high expectations established by the previous year's #1 pick, Caitlin Clark, will present challenges for Buchers. This awareness is evident among WNBA officials, as demonstrated by remarks made by Wings general manager Curt Miller during a pre-draft media session. In response to a question from USA Today's Nancy Armour regarding whether Clark's impressive development last year with the Indiana Fever, despite the attention she garnered, could provide insights for Dallas in their approach to Buchers, Miller remarked, "Clearly, Caitlin had an extraordinary influence on the court, and her adaptation was swift." He continued by noting that a significant factor contributing to the Fever's effectiveness in the latter part of last season was Clark's rapid adjustment to the WNBA, a process he emphasized is not straightforward. Miller commended the Fever organization for adeptly managing the circumstances that accompanied Clark's first season impact. Caitlin's entry into the league offers numerous best practices from Indiana's commendable approach that we will integrate with our own players. While Miller did not specifically mention Buchers in his comments, the implication was unmistakable. Clark and the Fever have set a benchmark within the WNBA that others will aspire to attain regarding the success of rookie talents. It seems like an eternity since Caitlin Clark last took to the basketball court. After a continuous year of her trademark three-pointers spanning her senior year at Iowa and her rookie season in the WNBA with Indiana, she enjoyed a well-deserved respite this winter. However, with the arrival of the WNBA season, Clark will soon grace our screens again as she embarks on her second season with the Indiana Fever, which is already set to differ significantly from her inaugural campaign. Clark's initial season focused on acclimating the standout player to the WNBA environment. The Fever went to great lengths to ensure their games were held in larger arenas, secured national television coverage, and organized events to celebrate the talented rookie. Clark's performance on the court exceeded expectations. She rapidly established the rookie record for assists in a season, consistently shattered both rookie and overall league records, and was nearly unanimously named Rookie of the Year. Yet, as the season concluded, the Fever experienced a sweep in the opening round of the playoffs. This outcome was not entirely unexpected, given the strength exhibited by other teams. However, the Fever now possessed the blueprint required to effectively leverage Clark's tenure in Indiana. Below is a summary of their actions as they commenced work during a hectic offseason. The star of the Indiana Fever, who has participated in the league since 2019, has taken the initiative to remind others about their 401k contributions. Compensation and benefits within the WNBA have generated significant discussion in recent years due to the surge in the popularity of women's basketball. In October of the previous year, the Players' Union, WNBPA, revealed that they would be opting out of their existing collective bargaining agreement, CBA, with the league, just one day after the conclusion of the WNBA Finals. The current agreement remains in effect until October 31st, 2025, which has afforded both the league and the union a year to negotiate a new agreement. If the two parties cannot reach an agreement, there have been indications that a player strike could be possible. Nevertheless, while broader CBA issues will continue to be deliberated, prior to the 2025 WNBA draft on Monday, Turner elaborated on how players can optimize the benefits available under the current deal. The WNBA draft approaches, she posted on X, resharing her message from the previous year. In 2025, the max contribution for 401k is $23,500. With the current 25% WNBA match, that equates to an additional $5,975. Happy investing. As Turner emphasizes, the league matches a quarter of the maximum contribution according to the existing CBA. Last year, she even pointed out that this benefit is detailed on page 93 of the CBA, for players who may not have been aware of it. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has previously highlighted the advantages provided under this agreement. Last July, she informed ESPN that the WNBA's 401k program, which features an annual league contribution based on years of service in addition to the employer match, is comparable to retirement benefits offered by other corporations. Nonetheless, players anticipate seeing better terms in the next CBA, considering the WNBA's expansion in recent years. In July of last year, the league secured an 11-year media partnership with Disney, Amazon Prime Video, and NBC Universal, which is reported to be valued at an extraordinary $2 billion, translating to $200 million annually. Flau J. Johnson, one of the most promising emerging talents in women's basketball, has opted to wait for the implementation of this lucrative agreement before making her entry into the league. This deal is set to commence in 2026, and expansion teams in San Francisco, Portland, and Toronto have already been confirmed. Terry Carmichael Jackson, the executive director of the WNBPA, stated in a press release last year that the union aims to fully professionalize the league, secure adequate wages, enhance working conditions, and establish significant benefits in the upcoming agreement. Turner, who continues to advocate for improved conditions, even addressed her future teammate Caitlin Clark's rookie salary earlier this year. In a display of solidarity, she conveyed her pleasure regarding rookie athletes receiving increased compensation, while simultaneously advocating for improved salaries due to the evident disparity with the NBA. "I am thankful that this year's rookies are receiving considerably more than I did," she remarked. "I am optimistic that rookies in 5 years will earn significantly more than the current rookies. It is all about progress, even if that means it is more advantageous for others." Turner, for her part, signed with Indiana in March, following 5 seasons with the Phoenix Mercury, in addition to 1 season with the Chicago Sky.